Just trying to get out of not fucking paying me my money, man. It's crazy.
All right, the court now calls case number 23-240-109. This is Christy Davey versus Helen Wyckoff. The matter is before the court, set on for a motion hearing on today's date. Plaintiff has filed a motion for summary disposition pursuant to MCR 2.116. Your appearance let me have any attorney that's on this matter. Let me have your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Butchart, P 6250. I represent the defendant, Helen Wyckoff.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Butchart. Good morning to you. Let me have Christy Davies on this matter, unless you're represented by counsel. Ms. Davies, if you're present, say something at this time.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here.
All right, good morning to you, ma'am. All right, so there is the court set this up regarding the plaintiff, strike the defendant's motion that was filed in this matter. Did you file any written to that motion? I know that you filed your complaint previously in this matter, but in regard to the motion that's filed, did you file anything in writing regarding that motion?
No, I didn't. I just filed with the courts, and that was it.
So yeah, well, that's my whole question. I know that you filed your complaint, but you received the plaintiff's motion for summary disposition, correct, ma'am?
I'm not understanding what you're asking. I'm not understanding that question, Judge.
All right, and that's why I'm going over it to make sure that you understand. There's a motion pending before me. It's called plaintiff's motion for summary disposition. Did you receive a copy of that motion?
No.
All right. So, counsel, I see where the motion looks like it was filed with the court on the 15th of May. So just a week or so ago, Mr. Butchart, Ms. Davies is saying that she didn't receive a copy of this. I'm looking at your proof of service. It says that it was sent to the plaintiff's address on Seward Street on the 11th of May. All right,
that's correct, Judge. I mailed it myself on the 11th.
But Mr. Butchart, I didn't hear you, sir. Go ahead.
You are correct, Your Honor. I did mail that, the motion and a cover letter on the 11th of May to that Seward Street address.
So, ma'am, you still reside at the Seward Street address?
That's the address I use, sir. That's my aunt's address. That's the address I use. I don't physically reside there. I don't physically reside there. That's just the address I use.
All right, so have you gotten the mail from there? Because you're getting your mail is critically important, because there is a motion that's been filed with this case to essentially to dismiss this matter. And I would think that you want to respond to that. And so it was sent to that address on Seward Street on the 11th.
I will have to get my mail from my cousin. So wait a minute. So what is the motion regarding, though? Am I getting my money that they owe me, the $700?
No, you'll know what the motion is regarding when you go get your mail. You understand? Unless you want to give another address where it can be sent to, you can't begin to respond to anything until you first have the document.
But you said it's for to be dismissed, though, right? That's what you stated?
That's what they're filing the motion for. They're filing a motion to dismiss the case, and they have some basis in their motion as to why they're saying that the case should be dismissed.
Oh, no, they owe me money. Like I say, sir, when I left that place, I sent the video and everything. Nothing was there.
I cut you off because you're talking about something that don't mean anything right now. You filed a case. It's pending before the court. The defendants have filed a motion in response to that, saying that the case should be dismissed. You've got to get a copy of that so that you can file a response to that. Otherwise, the motion will be granted without you filing a response. You got to get your mail. Legally, they may have a basis to have this case dismissed. Now, you need to get a copy of your mail so you can determine what you will say in response to the motion that's been filed. I know you don't understand it because you're not a lawyer, but you filed a case in the court. And when motions are filed, the court has to make a decision on the motion. You need to get a copy of the motion before you can respond to the motion. And then you said it's at the address where you don't live. You need to get that motion so that you can respond to it. Now, you don't understand the procedures. That's a bit of a problem, but you can overcome that. I'm required to hold you to the same duty that I hold lawyers to. You filed a complaint with the court. When you file that complaint, the other side gets a chance to respond to that. Then they file something else, you get a chance to respond to that. That's how this goes. If you file a motion, they have to respond to that and the court will make a decision on it. Right now, they filed a motion before the court. A motion is a petition asking the court to do something based upon facts and law. That's what they filed. You gotta get that motion and file a response. Tell me what you think about what the motion is. If you don't have a motion, you can't even begin to talk about it. So you gotta go to that address and get it. I'm not gonna rule on the motion today. You go to that address and get the motion. I'm gonna set this matter for another hearing on the motion. You gotta be able to respond to it, whether you should put something in writing, but even if you don't put anything in writing, get the motion so that you can tell me your side of that motion. And I will make a decision. Maybe it'll be granted, maybe the motion will be denied. I don't know until I hear your side of it. But you gotta respond to the motion. Otherwise, you could lose this case without ever having a trial or hearing or anything, just on the motion. So you gotta respond to that. So Madam Clerk, give me a date so that I can hear this motion.
How far?
14 days or so out, 21 days out.
All right.
Wherever you have to put it.
Okay, all right, so you can take you said about 21, so you can go to June the 20th, June 20th. Oh, you got a trial on that day, I don't know.
I don't want.
Yeah, what about 22nd?
Okay, that's that work.
Mhm.
Okay. So June 22nd is a date that I have available at 10 o'clock.
Yes, that's fine.
10 o'clock a.m. And I will hear the motion and make a decision on the motion on that date. Ma'am, when you get to that address, get a copy of the document that was mailed to you. You have the right to file a written response to it and submit it to the court. And on the 22nd at 10 o'clock, I'll make a decision on the outcome of that motion. All right. You understand what I'm saying to you, Miss Davies?
Yes, I understand.
All right, very well. All right, so that's the next day. You'll get something in the mail in that regard, but note that date, the 22nd of June at 10 o'clock a.m. And there is a motion pending in the court. We'll make a decision on the motion on that date.
And you say, and write it and send it to the courts, correct?
Yeah, you can file a written response. You would send your written response to the court. You'd also send a copy to the attorney on the other side. So everybody has to use the same procedure. When they file this, they send a copy to the court and they mail a copy to your address. So what you do is send a copy to the court and mail a copy to Mr. Butcher's address there in Brigham Farms on Telegraph Road. That information will be on the motion when you retrieve it from the mail. All right.
Okay.
All right, good day to you. See you on the 22nd, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Just trying to get out of not fucking paying me my money, man. It's crazy.